Hello everyone, myself Himanshu Joshi. I am an assistant professor in Sri Labhubhai Trivedi Institute of Engineering and Technology. Welcome to the video lecture for Power System 2. Today's topic we will start with the balance three-phase circuit. So what is the balance three-phase circuits? We know that generation, transmission and distribution is done by three-phase circuits. That means generation circuit we are having a three-phase. In case of transmission we are going to use the three-wire system, that is the three-phase system, and in distribution side we also use the three-phase four-wire system. So that is the three-phase circuit at generation end, transmission end and distribution end. Now at generating station, three-phase sinusoidal voltage are generated which has the same amplitude, but all the three phase are displaced by 120 degree. So this is called the balance source. In short, we can say that all the three phase have the same amplitude and displacement is 120 degree, then that type of source is known as balance source. That means all three phase RYB has same magnitude and the displacement in between RYB is 120 degree, then and then that type of source is known as balance source. Now if the generated voltage are reached to their peak value in the sequence of ABC, then that type of generator is said to have positive phase sequence. Clear? Now let's consider the phase RYB. So if all the three phase RYB is having a same sequence and if reach to the peak value at same time, then that phase sequence is known as positive phase sequence. That means let's suppose A stands for R, A stands for R, B stands for Y and C stands for B. Then this sequence is RYB, so it is known as positive phase sequence. Now the second case, if the generated voltage reach to their maximum value in sequence of ACB. Now previous is ABC, now this is ACB, then such kind of sequence is known as negative phase sequence. Now instead of RYB it is RBY. Clear? So it is known as negative phase sequence. So we will use R for A, B for C and B for Y. So this sequence is RBY. So it is known as negative phase sequence. Clear? So there are two types of phase sequence. One is positive phase sequence for ABC or RYB. Second one is the negative phase sequence, that is ACB or RBY. There is also a third phase sequence is also there. Its name is zero phase sequence. We will learn that zero phase sequence in our next video session. Now there is a one common question that why power system have star connected generators, only star connected generators. We know that our generating station there is a alternator which is connected in star connection only, because there are the two main reason that why generators are only connected in star connection, not in delta. So the first reason is that if the voltages are not perfect balance, if the voltages are not perfectly balanced, then there will be a net voltage, and due to that net voltage a circulating current will flow. Now consider that if our generator is connected in delta, suppose we are going to connect our generator in delta connection, then what will happen? Then we can say that if voltages are not perfectly balanced, then there will be a voltage unbalance between two lines, and due to that unbalance of voltage, there will be a circulating current flow in delta. That means, suppose if VAB, VCA and VBC are not perfectly balanced, then due to that voltage unbalance there will be a potential difference, and due to that there will be a circulating current flow in this delta connected loop, and due to this circulating current there will be a loss of power. So this is the first reason that we are not going to connect the alternator in delta connection. That's why we are going to use the star connection. This is the first reason. Now second reason is that in case of star, we know that in star connection the phase voltage is equal to line voltage by root 3. So we can say that phase voltages are lower in star connection. Clear? If generators are connected in delta, then we know that in case of delta phase voltage is always equal to line voltage. So whatever may be the value of line voltage, that total voltage will appear in case of phase. Now in case of star, the phase voltage is root 3, 1 by root 3 times lower than the line value. So the phase voltage are lower in star connected generator. So what is the advantage of this lower phase voltage? The advantage is requires the less insulation and less number of turns for the same amount of power. Clear? If phase voltage is same as line voltage, then we needs higher insulation. And more number of turns. Now if we connect the generators in star connection, then phase voltage will be lower than the line voltage. So we requires the less insulation and less number of turns. That is the second advantage of why we are going to take the star connection instead of delta. So due to these two major advantages, we are going to connect our generators in star connection, and that's why we are not going to use the delta connection for connection of generators. Now let's consider the second point, that is the star connected load. Now we are going to use the star connected generator and consider the case with star connected load. So this is the some notation that we are going to use to analyze the star connected load, and that notation are EAN. We are going to use this notation EAN for generated voltage, VAN for terminal voltage of generator, V small an. This here we are going to use the capital A, here we are going to use the small a, that is the phase voltage for load, ZG that is the generator impedance, ZL that is the line impedance, and IA that is the phase A current. So let consider with positive phase sequence. We are going to analyze the star connected load for positive phase sequence. So this is the generated EMF of phase A, this is the generated EMF for phase B, this is the generated EMF for phase C with respect to neutral. So let consider the phase A as our reference phase. So that is equal to EP at an angle 0 degree. For phase B, that is equal to EP at an angle minus 120 degree, and for phase C, that is equal to mod EP at an angle minus 240 degree, because we know that the phase difference between AB and C is 120 degree. So if we consider the phase A with 0 degree, then phase B at an angle minus 120 degree, and phase C at an angle plus 120 degree. So we can use plus 120 degree or minus 240 degree. We can use both. So over here I will take minus 240 degree. Now based on this notation, we can write the equation for VAN, that is the terminal voltage of generator. So this is the generated EMF of phase A, and this is the terminal voltage of phase A. So we can write that this terminal voltage is equal to total voltage VEAN minus the drop in this impedance. So VAN is equal to EAN minus drop. Clear? Whatever may be the generated voltage over here, the voltage reached at this point is equal to this voltage minus drop in this impedance. So this VAN is equal to EAN minus ZG into IA. Current flow from this impedance is IA. So this drop in this impedance is equal to I into Z, that is equal to IA into ZG. So the voltage generated at this point is EAN minus drop ZG into IA is equal to terminal voltage at this point. So this is the equation of VAN, that is the terminal voltage of generator. Now the same way we can find out the load voltage. Over here we have defined the load voltage VAN. So the amount of voltage reached at this point is equal to this voltage minus drop in this impedance. Clear? The amount of voltage which reach at this point is equal to this voltage minus drop in this impedance. So the drop in this impedance is again equal to IA into ZL. IA into ZL. So I can write VAN is equal to this voltage, that means capital VAN minus this drop ZL into IA, minus this drop ZL into IA. So in this way we can write the equation for terminal voltage of generator and phase voltage of load for the star connected load. Now the way by which we are going to define the phase voltage of generator, the same way we can define the phase voltage for load. So again I can take VAN is equal to VP at an angle 0. Again I will take the reference voltage of phase A. VBN, that is at an angle 120 degree minus 120 degree, and VCN, that is at an angle minus 240 degree. Clear? So this is the notation from load side. This is the notation I will use for load side. So now we are able to find out the line voltage. We have already defined the phase voltage from load side and phase voltage from source side. Now we are going to find out the voltage for load, and that voltage is line voltage. So I can find this line voltage. This is point A, This is point A, I have write over here. This is point A for load, this is point B, and this is point C. Now from A to N, from this point A to N, it is phase voltage of phase A. From B to N, from B to N, N is our neutral point, clear? So A to N is our phase voltage of load A, load. B to N, that is the phase B voltage, and C to N, that is the phase C voltage. Now if I want to find out the line voltage, that means from A to B, so that line voltage is, I can write that line voltage is the phase voltage AN, VAN minus phase voltage VBN. I can write VAB is equal to VAN minus VBN. So we know that VAN is equal to VP at an angle 0 degree, VBN is equal to VP at an angle minus 120 degree. So VAN I have put over here, VAN, that is VP at an angle 0 degree, VBN is equal to VP at an angle minus 120 degree. So from this equation I can take VP as common. I can take VP as common. So over here the remaining term is 1 at an angle 0 degree. Remaining term is 1 at an angle 0 degree. Again from this I have taken VP as common. So the remaining term is 1 at an angle minus 120 degree. Over here is 0 degree. Over here is minus 120 degree. So remaining equation will be VAB is equal to mod VP 1 at an angle 0 degree, 1 at an angle minus 120 degree. So I can convert this polar form into a rectangular form. This is the polar form. So I can convert this polar form into rectangular form, and that is equal to 1 at an angle 0 degree will be converted into rectangular form is equal to 1 plus J0. In this polar form I can convert, and this conversion is equal to minus 0.5 minus J 0.866. You can check this conversion into your scientific calculator. So again I can simplify this bracket. So this 1 and this minus 0.5, again this minus 0.5 will be converted into plus because over here is minus sign. So this equal to 1 plus 0.5 is equal to 1.5, and this minus minus plus, that is equal to plus J 0.866. Again this is the rectangular form. I can convert that rectangular form into polar form, and that polar form is equal to root 3 at an angle 30 degree. You can check this conversion into your scientific calculator. Then 1.5 plus J 0.866, its polar form is equal to root 3 at an angle 30 degree. So VAB is equal to root 3 into VP at an angle 30 degree. Line voltage is equal to root 3 into mod VP at an angle 30 degree. So this is the line voltage AB. Similarly we can find out the line voltage BC. So VBC equal to VBN minus VCN. Again put the value of VBN. We know that VBN is equal to VP at an angle minus 120 degree, VCN is equal to VP at an angle minus 240 degree. So I will put VBN is equal to VP at an angle minus 120, VCN is equal to VP at an angle minus 240. Again I will take VP as common, so remaining term will be 1 at an angle minus 120 degree, and over here 1 at an angle minus 240 degree. Again this is the polar form. I will convert this polar form into rectangular form. So this will be equal to minus 0.5 minus J 0.866, and this is the rectangular form for 1 at an angle minus 240 degree, and that is equal to minus 0.5 plus J 0.866. Again this is equal to plus 0.5 because minus minus plus, so this will be equal to plus 0.5, and this minus plus minus J 0.8 this will be equal to minus, this minus minus becomes plus, so this is equal to plus 0.5, and this minus plus becomes minus j 0.866. Again this will be the same, this will be minus 0.5 and minus j 0.866, 0.866, and this will be equal to plus. So this plus 0.5 will be cancelled out with minus 0.5, and this minus 0.866 and minus 0.866 becomes minus 1.73, and that 1.73 is nothing but the root 3. So VBC becomes VBC equal to mod VP in bracket 0 minus j root 3, and this is the rectangular form, and if I will convert this rectangular into polar form, it will becomes plus root 3 at an angle minus 90. So VBC is equal to root 3 into mod VP at an angle minus 90. So this is the line voltage of VBC. Now last one is the VCA, line voltage VCA, which is equal to VCN minus VAN. Again we will put the value of VCN, that is equal to mod VP at an angle minus 240, and VAN is equal to mod VP at an angle 0 degree. Again take VP common, so in bracket over here 1 at an angle minus 240 and over here 1 at an angle 0. The rectangular form that we already know for this both term. Now analyze this minus 0.5 with minus 1, so that is equal to minus 1.5, and this will be as it is because there is no imaginary part in this term. So again if you convert this rectangular form into polar form, then it is equal to root 3 at an angle plus 150. This is equal to root 3 at an angle plus 150. So VCA is equal to root 3 into mod VP at an angle 150 degree. Now this is the final equation for all three line voltage with respect to phase voltage, So I can say that line voltage AB is at an angle plus 30 degree with respect to phase. Clear? So if I will take phase voltage as reference, then this will be at plus 30 degree. So I can say that line voltage will be lead to phase voltage. So this is our VAB and this is the plus 30 degree. Clear? So I will take, if I will take phase voltage as reference, then line voltage will be at plus 30 degree. So this thing I will represent over here. This is the VAN and this is the line voltage VAB, and this line voltage will be lead by 30 degree. Similarly, this voltage will lag by 90 degree. Minus sign means lag by minus 90 degree. So this is the phase voltage and this is the voltage VBC. And this line voltage VCA will lead by 150 degree. So this is approximately equal to 150 degree. You can consider this almost 90 over here, and 90 plus almost approximately equal to 60 degree. So 90 plus 60 becomes 150 degree. So VCA will lead at 150 degree. Similarly, the second conclusion we can say that if we are talking about the individual line voltage, then individual line voltage will lead by 30 degree with individual phase voltage. So I can say that if VAB lead by 30 degree for VAN, then VBC is also lead by 30 degree with VBN, and VCA is lead by VCN by 30 degree, because our system is balanced system. So if for phase A, if line voltage is lead by 30 degree, then for phase B line voltage is also lead by 30 degree, and for phase C line voltage of VCA is also lead by 30 degree. So this is the individual consideration for phase A, phase B and phase C, that their respective line voltage is lead by 30 degree. 30 degree for VAB, 30 degree for VBC and 30 degree for VCA. Please keep in mind that this 30 degree lead is only applicable for star connection. What will happen for delta connection, that we will learn later on. But for star connection, we can say that their line voltage will lead by 30 degree. Now the second conclusion is that if RMS value of any of line voltage is denoted by VL, consider that this VL is the RMS value of line voltage, then we can say that line voltage is equal to root 3 times of that phase voltage, that we have already derived over here, that line voltage is equal to root 3 times of phase voltage. Line voltage is equal to root 3 times of phase voltage. Line voltage VCA is equal to root 3 times of phase voltage. So that second conclusion is line voltage is equal to root 3 times of phase voltage. That this equation we have already know, but here is the proof that line voltage is root 3 times of their phase voltage. So this is the second conclusion for star connected load. Now consider the value of current for load. We have derived the value of voltage. Now we are trying to derive the value of current. So suppose that theta will be the load angle or impedance angle, then the current IA for phase A is equal to phase A voltage divided by phase impedance. Suppose ZB is the phase impedance. So this phase current is equal to phase voltage by phase impedance. So phase voltage is VAN and phase impedance is ZP. So this equal to IP at an angle minus theta, because we know that VAN is equal to mod VAN and its angle is 0 degree. Its angle is 0 degree divided by ZP. ZP is equal to, let's suppose its magnitude is mod ZP and its angle is theta degree. So let's consider the magnitude mod VAN by mod ZP is equal to mod IP. So the division of angle will result in subtraction of angle from numerator minus denominator. So 0 minus theta is equal to minus theta. So that's why I have write over here mod IP at an angle minus theta degree. So if I want to find out the phase current B, then that phase current B is equal to phase B voltage divided by phase B impedance, and this is equal to mod IP. Now we can write directly. So if it is at an angle minus theta degree, then phase B current will be 120 degree shifted from minus theta degree. So that angle is equal to minus 120 minus theta degree. And for phase C current is equal to phase C voltage divided by impedance. So that phase C current is equal to mod IP. Again we will shift minus 120 minus theta to again minus 120. So that minus 120 becomes minus 240 degree and minus theta degree. So this is the individual current for star connected load. And last conclusion is that we know that for star connected load, line current is equal to phase current, because this we can see directly over here that this line current will enter directly into the phase. So there is no break of the current from line current to phase current. So this line current will directly enter into the phase current. So for star connection, line current is equal to phase current. You can see in phase B also that from generator to the load, the series connection will be there. So line current will be enter into the phase. So line current is equal to phase current. Over here phase C, line current will directly enter into the phase current. So for star connection, line current is equal to phase current. So with this we are going to ending today's session. In the next lecture we will analyze the delta connected load. So thank you very much. If you have any doubt, any question, you can give your question in comment section also. You can also message me, you can WhatsApp me, and you can give your question by means of email also. So thank you very much.